Hollywood shines brightly, but behind the spotlight lies a quiet archive of apologies, controversy, and regret. Fame often shapes our perception of public figures as larger than life, flawless, admirable, and idealized. Yet even those who inspire millions can face moments that challenge the way they are seen. Some incidents stem from past cultural norms, others from poor judgment, and some from deeply rooted prejudice. Today, we are not here to condemn nor to defend. We are here to understand how public speech, recorded behavior, and personal history can change the legacy of celebrities whose influence reaches far beyond television screens and concert stages. This is a calm and factual examination of 12 Hollywood celebrities who have been publicly associated with racist remarks or scandals, and the complicated discussions that followed. 1. John Wayne, legacy under re-evaluation.
But it's really been, I've never seen any of those love scenes. It's always been, Jesus, I either putting a skillet to her bottom.
John Wayne is remembered as one of Hollywood's most iconic Western film actors, a symbol of American rugged masculinity. Yet a 1971 interview resurfaced in which Wayne expressed views that today are widely seen as racist and dismissive toward Black Americans and indigenous peoples. His statements became the subject of widespread debate decades later, raising questions about how history should view cultural icons whose era had different societal norms. Some argue that his comments represent the attitudes of the time. Others believe legacy must include accountability. What remains clear is that Wayne's public image continues to evolve as modern audiences reflect on the values expressed by influential figures of the past. 2. Roseanne Barr, controversy in the digital age.
There you go.
Then we send the water bill to the electric company, electric bill.
Roseanne Barr, known for her groundbreaking sitcom portraying working-class American life, experienced a dramatic public shift after posting racially charged comments on social media. The remarks led to her show being suspended and later rebooted without her involvement. Barr later claimed her statements were misunderstood or influenced by medication, but the cultural reaction was swift and direct. Her case illustrates the speed of accountability in the digital era. While public figures once navigated controversy slowly, today a single message can reshape an entire career within hours. 3. Kelly Osbourne, a comment that sparked discussion.
Maybe a bit before that, I ran into Sid when he had his record shop on Melrose. And that's when
Kelly Osbourne, daughter of musician Ozzy Osbourne, appeared on television discussing immigration policy when she made a statement that many viewers interpreted as racially insensitive. She later explained that her remark was meant to criticize anti-immigration rhetoric, not to support it. However, this moment revealed how even unintended words can reinforce harmful narratives. Osbourne publicly apologized, stating she had spoken without care, and used the moment as a learning point. Her incident underscores the importance of context and how live commentary can easily become misunderstood or misaligned with original intent. 4. Mark Wahlberg, a troubled youth revisited. Before becoming a successful actor and entrepreneur, Mark Wahlberg was involved in several violent incidents during his teenage years, including ones involving racial harassment. Wahlberg has since expressed remorse, stating he has worked throughout his life to distance himself from his past and grow as a person. This case raises a complex question. Can an individual be permanently defined by their past actions if they demonstrate change? For some, Wahlberg's charitable work and public apologies reflect genuine transformation. For others, the history remains an undeniable part of his public identity. 5. Shane Gillis, a career interrupted by discovery. Comedian Shane Gillis was announced as a new cast member of Saturday Night Live, only for past podcast recordings to surface in which he used racial slurs and stereotypes. Within days, his casting was withdrawn. Gillis responded by saying comedy often explores boundaries and that he had not intended harm. His case reflects the changing standards of comedy. What was once overlooked or normalized is now scrutinized. Society's understanding of humor evolves, and public figures performing in that space must evolve as well. 6. Jimmy Kimmel, a past sketch re-examined late-night host. Jimmy Kimmel once performed comedy sketches that included racial caricatures, including impersonations of black celebrities. Decades later, these sketches resurfaced and were discussed in a very different cultural context. Kimmel publicly apologized, stating that his intent had been comedic rather than derogatory, but acknowledged that impact matters just as much as intention. His example highlights a broader shift in media history. Material once presented for humor is now reinterpreted through the lens of evolving awareness and empathy. 7. Liam Neeson, a personal confession and public reaction actor. Liam Neeson once shared a deeply personal and troubling story about a moment earlier in his life when he harbored racially fueled anger after a traumatic event involving a friend. He discussed this past moment publicly as something he regretted and felt ashamed of, stating that he had learned from it and grown. The public response was divided. Some viewed his confession as courageous honesty about confronting prejudice, while others saw the story as deeply alarming. His story reminds us that conversations about racism are not only about public behavior, but also about private emotional journeys. 8. Paris Hilton, statements from an earlier era. Paris Hilton, famous for her role in early reality celebrity culture, was connected to recorded remarks in which she used racial slurs during the early 2000s. Hilton's representatives later explained that the recordings reflected misguided moments from youth rather than her present beliefs. Paris Hilton's public persona has changed significantly since then, focusing more on business and philanthropy. Her story illustrates how the public identity of celebrities evolves and how cultural expectations grow over time, making old behaviors newly visible. 9. Morgan Wallen, a viral recording and industry response. Country singer Morgan Wallen was recorded using a racial slur outside of his home, leading to music industry backlash, temporary playlist removal, and a pause in his public career. Wallen apologized and stated he was examining his behavior and seeking understanding. The reaction to this event demonstrated how entertainment industries increasingly respond quickly to public controversy, but also how fan support and cultural dialogue can shape whether careers recover or reshape after accountability. 10. Joe Rogan, language, context, and debate. Podcast host Joe Rogan has faced criticism for using racial slurs while quoting or discussing language in past podcast episodes. Rogan apologized publicly, stating he should not have used the word under any circumstance, regardless of academic or contextual framing. The debate surrounding Rogan centers on the difference between discussing language and reinforcing it, and how those distinctions are interpreted differently across audiences. This case highlights how communication in long-form media demands careful attention to phrasing, tone, and historical sensitivity. 11. Mel Gibson, a public downfall and complex reputation. Mel Gibson, once regarded as one of Hollywood's most successful actors and directors, experienced a dramatic shift in public image after recordings surfaced in which he used racist and anti-Semitic language during separate incidents. These moments overshadowed his professional accomplishments and sparked widespread conversation about prejudice and personal accountability in positions of influence. Gibson later apologized publicly and stated that he had been battling personal struggles and emotional instability at the time. Some believe he has worked toward personal growth, while others feel the damage to his reputation remains significant. His story reflects how words spoken in anger can reshape a legacy even years later. 12. Paula Deen, a culinary empire under scrutiny. Paula Deen, a celebrity chef known for her warm Southern persona and popular cooking empire, faced intense backlash after court documents revealed she had used racial slurs in the past. Deen apologized, expressing remorse and saying her comments reflected a different cultural era, not her present beliefs. However, the incident led to the loss of sponsorships, television contracts, and public trust. Her case illustrates how public figures who build careers on relatability and hospitality may face deeper scrutiny when accusations of racial insensitivity arise. It also demonstrates that reputation in the public sphere is not built merely by success, but by how one treats others, both publicly and privately. While each of these 12 stories is unique, they share a common thread. Our public figures are human, complicated, and capable of both greatness and failure. The spotlight can elevate, but it can also magnify flaws. Some of these individuals expressed remorse and sought growth. Others remain points of unresolved debate. This discussion is not about condemnation, nor blind forgiveness. It is about acknowledging reality over perfection and understanding how culture reshapes the meaning of our actions over time. If you would like more calm, thoughtful explorations of celebrity history, culture, and legacy, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.